Hello, everyone, and welcome to what I am sure is going to be the most wonderful the most wonderful match for today. This is Game 4 of the A Link to the Past Randomizer League Grand Finals, featuring one up of Team Kappa and iiYoshii of Team Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for coming out today. I am Crazy Sunshine and one of your commentators for today. And with me is Drosy. How you doing, Drosy?
I'm doing great. I am super excited for this match. How about you?
Oh, it's this whole series has been just insane, and it's hard to put into words as to like the last three games that we've seen. Three really close matches. They could have gone either way. How how did we end up here?
Yeah, so this is actually one up and Yoshi's first time facing each other in this series. Yoshi played game one against Gamachu, and that was a regular open mode game. Somehow they both managed to full clear the game and orphaned the ice rod in Misery Mire cutscene chest.
Mm-hmm.
And Gamachu won simply because he was the first one to think to go back and, oh yeah, maybe I should check that orphaned cutscene chest, and that made the difference in the game. But like, they both pulled Ped, they full cleared Pendant Swamp, they did all the, and they were in sync with each other. Was the craziest part, that they were doing all the same plays right up
Yeah.
until Gamma went back for that orphan chest and Yoshi didn't. Um, and then game two was one up versus Hitsuyan, and that largely came down to, again, they were pretty synced. It came down to Hitsuyan failing Icebreaker.
Mm-hmm. And here we go. So this is the seed. So game 4 is the lower seed's choice. So this is between Team Kappa, and I believe it is so center starts, no shuffle, defeat Ganon. Our players will have a sword, and I believe the option that was vetoed by iiYoshii was inverted.
Yeah, so really, this is just a standard casual seed, which you don't usually see in the league because we've been playing so much Ambrosia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this is kind of like before Ambrosia was the thing where Santa starts. However, we don't know where our boots are. So we don't know where they are. Uncle just tells us a weird random joke at the start of the scene, and then we are off on our way.
And speaking of off on our way, it looks like we're having a bit of syncing issues, so we did not see a couple of chests in there.
Mm-hmm. Getting a little bit of rearranging, some live rearranging here, so bear
But
with us.
by their rupee counts, it looks like in addition to money from Uncle, there was also another chest with money.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all we know so far.
Okay. Alright, should be almost good to go. Looks like we have everything straightened out.
And as we've now reset the trackers, do note that the runners do each have a sword. That starting with a sword is part of the setting mode that we refer to as casual.
Mm-hmm. As with this start, we will be trying to see if we can get some bombs for the back of escape later on. If not, our players will have to find out a way to get back there at some point.
Though it could be something crazy like game three, where one player had bombs for the back of escape, the other player didn't, and then the glove was just sitting there in Sanctuary, so it was like, okay, guess we can go back there whenever we want.
So yeah, this all worked out.
Okay, looks like Yoshi's doing the slash away strat on ball and chain guard, while one up prefers the drop the pot strat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, slashing the guard is a little bit risky. Even though the pots does take a little longer, so you have to, like, drag the pots and then throw them at the guard. And it takes 2 pots to take him down.
I just noticed also we have a Mario theme on both characters. Not too often you see that with both characters, but
Yeah.
yeah. Dragon versus fire-breathing turtle. Or dinosaur.
Yeah, I never know what iiYoshii's sprite is. I know it's. I should know it because I've seen him race it so many times.
Yeah, I'm not 100% myself either. That's why I wasn't sure whether it's a dragon or a dinosaur.
I want to say it's a dragon. The sprite is called Drake the Dragon. Okay, alright.
See, I just got confused because with his name being Yoshi, I was expecting it to be some variant on Yoshi.
Yeah, I know there's a Yoshi sprite out there, which is like over 100 sprites for the randomizer that is available for the choosing, so it's been crazy seeing so many sprites used by all of our players throughout the league.
And as you can see, Yoshi's decision to take the riskier slash away strat on the ball and chain guard was also the faster strat because he's now a room ahead.
Yep, and one bomb.
Yeah, let's see if oneup can pull the same thing. Ooh, 3 bombs. That'll get him into CAC.
Nice.
And
yeah.
Same for oneup. Great.
So I know prize packs are a thing for version 31 that I'm not too entirely knowledgeable yet in, but I guess depending on what items will drop, what items are dropped by each enemy, you'll know what other ones will drop later on. Is my understanding? Ooh.
That is a lot of blue, mostly useful blue.
Yeah. I mean, bombs. I mean, it might turn down free bombs.
But flippers and mirror this early are pretty impressive, and that could really affect the routing. I mean, certainly you expect them once they do their South Shore checks to do all the flippers checks.
And Yoshi's out in a little over 6 minutes.
And looks like he was counting items because I don't think we saw the map.
Yeah, so that should be the map in the last chest. There we go.
And oneup proving it to us. But while oneup was getting the map, Yoshi did a very quick map check, and I saw the 7 crystal on Tower of Hera, and I didn't see the other 2.
I think I saw a red crystal over in Eastern. It was a red item for sure.
That sounds about right. I think it might have been a 6.
You don't have to worry about paying for bombs.
Yeah, we have no bomb shortage this time around. But apart from Back of Escape, we haven't had any really good treasure chests.
Not quite yet. They will be earning enough money to pay off the bottle vendor once they get into the village, and enough bombs to do all the bomb checks as well.
Yeah, because if nothing else, there are 30 rupees in the back of Blind's hut, so with that, it'll be easy bottle vendor money.
Alright, so we're heading off to Blind's hut. 5 items here.
Hey, the bottle will get Sick Kid in the loop, too.
Ooh, hook shots. Some more money. Okay.
Early moon pearl. Wow.
Interesting.
Between the mirror and the hookshot, if we could just get to Death Mountain, we could do everything on it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, someone in chat said Swamp Palace. Oh, and that also looked like a crystal on desert, but the crystal looked kind of purple, neither red nor blue, so
Yeah.
I'm not sure what to make of that. But yeah, chat was suggesting maybe early Swamp Palace. There's our glove. Wow, this is Stackerico for you.
All right.
And yeah, we are a hammer away from being able to do Swamp Palace.
Oh, okay. All right.
I was about to say, once we have Dark World access, we now have Dark World access.
Well, it's kind of awkward, Dark World access, because the only way we can get to Dark World is through the portal north of Kakariko.
Don't worry, I'm sure the hammer will show up soon because the seed wants them to do Swamp.
That's true, yeah. And Swamp's probably the green pendant, so... Oh, and looks like Yoshi's gonna do just that. Gonna skip out the rest.
Well, he has the mirror, so he can go back for the rest as he goes through Village of Outcasts.
That's right, yeah. And... Green pendants in Thieves Town. Okay, so it was a pendant, Swamp was the blue pendant, so...
And Turtle Rock was our other pendant, and Meyer is our other 5-6. So if this seed is screaming Swamp, and Swamp is a pendant, what does that tell us?
And leaves this is part where I normally say this could be a pencil seed, but it's only 10 minutes in. I feel like it's way too early to make that call.
Could just mean that there's progression on Argus.
Yeah, that's true. But because Turtle Rock is a pendant, we may not need that ice rod after all. So this could be the rare, not ice rod hunt.
And we'll likely only need one medallion.
Yeah, 11 minutes in and Yoshi's in the first dungeon in Thieves Town. I imagine we'll probably only check the first 4. I can't see him completing it, even though it is a green pendant.
Yeah, especially without the hammer, you don't want to risk orphaning something in the back there.
You see both of our runners in Thieves Town getting the powder for the first item.
Though that blue cane does make blind fairly easy to deal with. But let's see what other items are in the front here. Okay, so 3 out of 4 items were in the front of Thieves, which means there's only a single item in the back, so you're definitely not going to the back anytime soon.
Yeah, one of those following suits.
Now, the other interesting thing is with that mirror, finding the powder puts Magic Bat in logic, but if you do Magic Bat without the hammer, you lose your portal.
Yeah.
But I think we may well see a Smith Chain coming up soon.
Yoshi wrapping up the rest of the Kakariko checks. So we're now pretty much in sync with our 2 runners, which let's see, looks like okay.
Okay, Yoshi wants. Yeah, and OneUp wants to check Stumpy and K45 first.
Interesting, okay.
Oh, and we can check the race game while we're at it.
Just a piece of hearts.
I don't think either of our runners checked the library, though. Not that they have boots, but...
No, no one has gone in there yet.
Ooh, we have Ether in K45.
Okay, alright, might be needed.
Well, when we go up Death Mountain, we'll want to see Turtle Rock not being Ether.
Alright, looks like OneUp is going to be heading back, and we'll be doing the race game.
Okay, and Yoshi's probably gonna check library now. Oh!
Oh! We're gonna need that.
Yeah, Myers a crystal, no way around that.
Which means we also need the boots.
And if this were an ambrosia seed, Uncle would have told us where they are, but this isn't an ambrosia seed.
The one time you want to know where the boots are. And it's a non-ambrosia seed.
Okay, nothing doing with the Smiths. And now is Yoshi gonna sacrifice his portal? Okay, first you get the chest. No, he's not gonna try magic back quite yet.
Yes, I think he was to do the mirror checks as well and going to K45.
And notice also, we've got plenty of money, so when they do start doing flipper checks, Zora will be easy.
Just getting his Ether medallion.
And OneUp's gotten the news about the flute. What does it say that we're 16 minutes in and I'm already trying to figure out how many items we need for Go mode?
I think Dark World Access at 10 minutes will do that to you, really. So we need...
I mean, we need...
What do we need? We need a bow?
Hammer, boots, bow, yes.
Fire
rod.
Technically glad, but I mean...
Cane of Samaria.
Yeah.
And then it just depends on what the Meyer medallion is. If it's Ether, we don't need any more medallions.
You're actually getting the mushroom from the purple chest.
Well, if we get the boots. Wow. Red mail, 17 minutes.
So we have terrible offense, but our defense is pretty good.
But if we get the boots, we get the flute, and that makes the mushroom turn in trivial. And with the powder, we don't have to... Oh, well,
okay.
there are the boots.
Never mind. All right. Well, then, about that.
Okay. So that gets us the flute. We can safely turn in the mushroom because we have the powder, so we don't need to worry about fake powdering.
So Yoshi's going into swamp.
We can get one item here without the hammer.
I have never seen someone go to the Swamp Palace in, like, this early. This is so weird.
Well, he was in the neighborhood.
That's true. Oh my god.
Well, you said we didn't need to do an ice rod hunt today.
Turtle Rock is a pendant. We don't need it. Well, hopefully we don't need it, but still.
Honestly, after all these two teams have been through in the last 3 games, why not have a seed that just throws everything at you?
Alright, everyone, let's go to Hype Cave. I give it 2 out of 10.
That's generous. I was thinking 1.
Okay. I don't know, you got a shield. You can protect yourself against arrows. You have, you know, a net where you can catch fairies.
Every so often, that Fisher-Price shield will come in handy if someone, you know, shoots something at you.
Hmm.
Yeah, how often do you see Hype Cave followed immediately by Mini Moldorm Cave?
So weird. Alright, let's see what we have in Mini Moldrum Cave then. A lot of bombs. Money. More money.
About as good as Hype Cave, only because of that full
Yeah. Well, I mean, they have 8 hearts now, red armor. That's pretty good. I think they're good for the rest of the seed.
Oh yeah, and a blind pull of Lake Hylia Island. Again, something you don't see too often.
Okay, well, yeah, that's all taken care of. Let's see. Imagine Yoshi's gonna check out Hobo and then do the King Zora checks. It's a very, very odd seed.
Well, since he has the flute, he can orphan Ice Cave for the moment because he can just flute to 8 once he activates it. Or, I know he doesn't physically have the flute, but he knows where it is. He'll be getting it once he finishes his checks. So I wonder if he might actually go to Catfish and then...
And then mirror...
Yeah, and do the Zora area that way.
That would be ideal, because otherwise it's really odd to rot in Catfish otherwise. Oh, okay, never mind. He is... Oh, maybe he's... doing...
Checking Pyramid.
Oh, okay, alright.
And then I think he'll make his way up to Catfish, do the mushroom turn-in en route, and then he'll have Waterfall Cave and Zora area.
I don't know if Yoshi likes to save the mushroom for fake powder later. Oh wait, no, he already has the powder. Never mind. Never mind. I don't have to worry about that today.
Hook shot out, so maybe Graveyard Ledge first? Nope, he didn't hook shot across there. I think you want the... Oh, right, Mirror Before Mushroom.
Yeah. So we say we have like most of our fetch quest items like out of the way already. This is really unheard of.
Wait for the shovel to show.
Like right now? Oh, dang. It could be used as a shovel if you try hard enough, but...
Okay, so he is going for Catfish, and this makes total sense because then he'll mirror and do the Light World Zora area checks. And I think 1UP has the same idea.
Yeah.
It's funny, they are reading the logic exactly the same way. Only 1UP didn't want the second bottle. Yoshi was like, "Blue goo, gimme, gimme, gimme."
Like, free potion, heck yeah. Alright. Nothing in Waterfall Fairy Cave today.
Nothing on Zora Ledge. But hey, Yoshi's purse is clearly weighting him down, and he needs to get rid of half that money.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yes, he's so rich. He can spare giving away 500 on it. And getting 20 rupees back.
That's like the old joke about how do you make a small fortune in the stock market? You start with a large fortune.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is a little bit surprising just because he's now orphaning Graveyard Ledge.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like oneup wants that flute first and foremost.
Yeah. Okay, there's the food for oneup.
So that bow and hammer are being a bit elusive, and they control the runners.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm trying to think what dungeons we can even do. With Harapot, we know that we can beat Tower of Hera, but with no bow or fire source or Cane of Samaria, I can't really think of any other dungeons we can clear. I mean, we could clear thieves and ignore the chest in the back, but that seems unlikely.
Yeah. Yeah, not really much we can do in terms of dungeons. You could probably... No one's gone over to the Eastern Palace area yet.
Yeah, that's true. There are 3 items in Sahasrar's closet, and several items in Logic in Eastern.
Mm-hmm.
And Yoshi's going up Death Mountain, and oneup is going to see what's on that bat.
And the back crosses us today with Bombos.
Which could be our entry into ice, depending where the fire rod is.
Could enter Ice Palace if we wanted to, but we're not going to get very far without the hammer.
Yeah, and with Icebreaker being legalized, runners tend to like to put off ice until they have the Cane of Samaria.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, there's a Master Sword we can grab right off Spec Rock. So not surprisingly, Yoshi's going straight for the Tower of Hera. If the big key is vanilla, he'll just Harapot up.
Yeah. That was a big key right there, alright. Oh.
Okay, so Moldworm's in Logic.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, the map was in the map chest.
How convenient.
Yeah, most runners prefer to clear out the enemies before trying to harapot.
Mm-hmm. Using the hook dash method of doing the harapot, but trying to get that nice pixel there, and he gets it.
And now you just hope there isn't an item in the basement.
There's one item, there's some 10 arrows. And a compass.
In the compass chest, no less.
Mm-hmm. So she has to hope that the second item is on Moldworm himself, otherwise we'll be leaving an item behind down in the basement.
Oh, and OneUp's giving us our first look at the mire area, so we will find out whether that ether or that bombos is going to be useful.
And it is... Quake.
Joke's on us!
Of course, we have two medallions. We have and the one we need is the one we don't have, because of course it is.
Second time's a charm for Moldorm there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, OneUp can do everything in the front of Desert, but without a fire source, he can't beat it.
Mm-hmm. And unfortunately for Yoshi, the second item was on Moldworm, so won't have to worry about the Hera basement today, but yes, I guess the first crystal.
And Desert was boots locked, so hey, good thing we got those early boots.
Mm-hmm. And we have a cape. She's gonna be doing a lot more checks here up at Death Mountain now. We'll be able to do both Light World and Dark World back to back.
Yeah, and with the hook shot, full access to... Whoa.
Alright, that's a tempered sword.
Yeah, full access to Hookshot Cave. Can't do Spike Cave, but can get the floating island if there's something useful on it, so we've
There's
got
the hammer.
Oh.
Okay, alright. Well, that answers that question.
So, Aga officially dead, and Yoshi should find that sooner rather than later.
Mm-hmm. Did anyone go see what's on the item in Lumberjack Ledge?
No, I was a little bit surprised when Yoshi was checking Bonk Rocks that he didn't take a detour up there. So, I take that back about Aga being officially dead. We don't
it's
know
half
if I'm...
dead. We'll call it half dead for now. Yeah, many items could be on the ledge. You could have your bow, you could have your fire rock, you could have Samaria. It's a very terrifying thing to think of.
And looks like OneUp is following Yoshi up the mountain now.
Mm-hmm. Alright, and for Turtle Rock, we require bombos, which we have.
Well, OneUp has it.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
I'm sure both runners are hoping they don't actually have to go into Turtle Rock.
Yeah. Hookshot Cave. Giving us even more money because he didn't have enough.
Well, that was a bust, and all we have left is Spiral Cave up here. I mean, we got a crystal and some nice-to-haves like the 2 sword upgrades, but
Yep.
no progression so far.
Question for Yoshi is, where is he gonna go now?
Hopefully Meyer area.
Yeah, for the hammer.
And then maybe a full clear of swamp, because we know Yoshi likes to full clear swamp.
Yes, Pendant Swamp.
Oh, he wants to check Sahasrara.
Maybe he'll make the dip into Eastern as well? Alright, Saha's Closet. We have for us arrows, heart piece, and heart piece.
Well, unless there's a vanilla or French vanilla bow, or some weird... Oh, he's blowing the flute.
Yeah, he is going...
Ice Rod Cave.
One of us hasn't been here yet, has he? I can't remember.
No, I don't.
Here.
I don't think either of them's been here.
Okay.
More junk.
Alright, Yoshi, we're off to now.
Okay.
Oh. Did you forget something, Yoshi? There we go. I think you jumped off too early.
Well, I think it's quicker to check Desert Ledge by doing that and fluting a second time than it is to mirror back.
Oh, okay. Oh, it makes more sense. For some reason I thought he forgot to, like, oh, that's right, I have to pick up the rock and then go into the Dark World, but that makes more sense, totally.
So oneup will probably actually open Turtle Rock.
Alright, Yoshi getting his hammer.
Which will also make it a lot easier for him to get that bombos.
Although the hammer does make Swamp Palace available.
Oh, yeah.
I think out of all the dungeons, that's the only one we can actually clear in the moment. Actually, no, technically Ice Palace, but I feel like they want to wait. See if they can get some Mario along the way beforehand.
And Yoshi would still need to grab bombos before he can do Ice Palace.
That's right, yeah, everybody doesn't have that yet.
So what do we think? Is New Swamp next? Probably pretty likely.
Yeah, there's a lot of items there we can get.
It's a pendant, though.
Yeah.
The seed's been screaming it, but it's a pendant.
Well, we moved that away from Owen up there. There we go. Also with the hammer, we can full clear Feast Town in case there's that fourth item in the big chest. And it's also the green pendant, so I don't know, I feel like both options are not the best for our runners. It's very not fun.
Yeah, I mean, Swamp has 6 items, and it still has 6 items even when it's a pendant dungeon.
Yeah.
So he'll save and quit. Does he flute to 4 or what? Or rather, save and quit to Link's house.
Gonna save and... Oh, going straight to the house. Open up the portal. I think this may be the swamp play.
I think you're right. I guess the other question is, what's 1UP gonna do next?
He's doing all the checks that Yoshi did, with the addition of doing magic back for bombos.
Well, he could also do Spike Cave while he's up here. It'll be interesting to see if he does.
Oh, that's right.
Does not want to open TR. Not that he could go in, but sometimes runners open it up to the portal.
It's like, I'm going to open it, but I hope I don't have to go in there. Alright. And Yoshi's heading on in. So we did get the first item already, which was the ice rod of all things, so... more items, 5 more items for us to find here. And Spike Cave for us has money.
Okay, so Yoshi didn't just lose that seed by not having the hammer when he went up Death Mountain.
Mm-hmm. I see 1UP will follow suit and head into Swamp as well.
No, he's doing Sahasrara. No. Pod.
Yeah, 1UP doesn't have a bow, but I think he should have a potion on him. I think.
I don't remember what that first bottle had in it. I don't think it was a potion.
There's Fire Rod.
Oh, there.
There it is.
So someone lost their rods in Swamp Palace. I see how it is. That also means Bombos is not necessary for ice, so the only way it could be required is if we have to dip TR.
To point out that there are both rods were in Swamp Palace. Just rude, very rude game. Oh, looks like 1UP has a change in plans? Okay, now he's getting the potion.
Yeah, so he did realize that he kind of needs one if he's gonna do the potion glitch. Okay. And Yoshi goes straight to the back because if you remember, the hook shot showed up super early along with the flippers in the mirror, so he's thinking maybe this points to something specifically in the back of Swamp, which is the part you need the hook shot for.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't recall if you've seen the map or compass yet out of here. In Swamp Palace.
I feel like one of them was in one of the flooded chests.
I see a map. Okay, so compass is still out there, which means that there's also another item out there. And well, there was an Argus on Yoshi's screen.
Well, there's compass, which means there are 2 items on left side.
But Yoshi grabbed the mirror, so he's probably not going to go back there.
Well, you really hope that left side pendant swamp isn't your progression, especially when you've found progression on... Because we've now got Skull Woods, we've got Ice Palace.
Yeah. Looks like from the first chest and pod and one upside, it is bow locked.
And it looks like Yoshi's taking that fire rod straight to Skull Woods, which we have not yet seen from either runner.
Alright, one up doing the bottle glitch here. Although it doesn't pull it out, unfortunately.
Oof. That's unfortunate. That's not something you see very often.
Yeah, I know, that glitch in particular gets a little bit finicky to try and pull off. You drink the potion, and then you have to hold on left on your D-pad as you're doing the screen transition, but it might have looked like oneup pressed right instead. So we'll be losing some time here, and it's gonna opt to go elsewhere in the meantime.
But he also knows since it's bow locked, everything is out of logic in there anyway.
That's true, yeah.
And so far, just dungeon items in Eastern.
Yeah, you're just wreaking havoc all throughout Skull Woods. Yeah, so the only two items that have not been accounted for there's Cane of Samaria and one of our bows.
And the Quake Medallion.
Oh, that's right.
Did you see a Mothula? I don't think I saw a Mothula.
No, what are you talking about? I was just, all I see is Yoshi pulling up his second crystal. I don't know what you're talking about, dude.
I think he just dropped in the game gave him a crystal.
Yeah, I was just like, hey, you know what? You've been doing such a good job. Here's a crystal for you. Have fun. That was absurd, by the way.
Yeah.
My gosh.
I mean, given the spikes and everything, Mothula is usually not a quick kill.
Yeah.
Even for very good players.
But Yoshi did get a piece of heart from Mothula, so the second item from Skull Woods is somewhere in the front.
And Eastern was a total bust for oneup. He got all the items out of it.
Alright. Let's see, he may... I wonder if this is going to be an Ice Palace play coming up from oneup now.
Well, we're running out of locations here. I mean, we have one item in the front of Skull. Now that we have the hammer, we know we can get the item in the back of Thieves wherever it is and turn in the green pendant if necessary. So that's two more. And there are 3 items in ice, and what else haven't we seen?
That's a good question. Let's see. I think because we saw both items in Desert Palace, so we know that's not gonna have any need for us. But Yoshi can clear it when he returns back there. But I feel like he may want to wait until he finds Quake, so he can do both Mire and Desert back to back. Alright, that's the second item.
So I wonder if he's gonna go into Thieves Town now. Oh, Bumper Ledge, we haven't seen that yet, or Graveyard Ledge. And maybe he'll check Lumberjack.
A piece of hearts on the Bumper Ledge today. see what's on Lumberjack Ledge. And I think that was a 20 rupees?
I think that was a 20. I sure hope it wasn't the cane.
Yeah. So I think if it was a cane, the bottom of the cane would be a lot smaller than
Okay,
the rupee.
chat's reassuring us it was a big 20.
Okay, good. It was definitely a red item. That's that much is for sure.
And One-Up, of course, taking the traditional bomb jump since he can't do Icebreaker without the cane.
I haven't seen this in a while.
Well, we saw it in game 2 when One-Up's opponent couldn't do Icebreaker with the cane.
Alright, Yoshi, where are you going off to now?
Okay, we're pretty well out of overworld checks.
Yeah. I think Yoshi's going to...
Well, he hasn't done... Oh, hammer pegs!
Oh, ooh, that's right. The one I'm not too... Yeah, he hasn't done hammer pegs here, has he?
Yeah, he didn't have the hammer when he came through here.
So hammer pegs and then magic bats for Yoshi. And just a piece of heart.
And so far, One-Up hasn't found anything useful in...
never mind.
Okay!
Never mind. That is very
so much
useful.
for you saying nothing useful.
Kinda need that.
So that'll get us Pod and Eastern.
Yoshi getting the Bombos medallion.
But the big thing is One-Up's gonna need to go into Swamp to get that Fire Rod at some point.
Mm-hmm.
So... I'd say Yoshi has a lead at this point just because it's more likely for him to go into Ice, like right now.
Yeah. So after One-Up's done here, he'll probably go back to Eastern and Pod and do those, finish those off. Before going into Swamp.
You find that bow, it makes sense to do dungeons that are crystals before pendants.
Mm-hmm.
So we just need that Cane of Samaria and Quake Medallion.
Mm-hmm.
And we'd really like to see that Quake Medallion first, because if we do, then we know we don't have to go into TR.
Yeah.
Chat reminding us, there are 2 items that Yoshi didn't get in Left Side Swamp, and when One-Up winds up in Swamp eventually, who knows, he might go there.
Yeah.
Ooh, Half Magic's a nice find.
That's a very nice pickup.
Should help on the Cold Stare fight with Fire Rod. No, One-Up doesn't have the Fire Rod. Should help Yoshi with Fire Rod shots on Cold Stare.
Yeah.
Just to address chat, we can't check Ped without the book.
Yeah. Yeah, and Samaria can't be on pedestal because Turtle is a pendant. So... I want to say pedestal is dead at the moment. I think...
No, the Nightmare scenario...
Oh, that's right, because Quake would be on there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or something leading to Quake, like the book or the shovel.
Well, to be fair, you do need the lamp to full clear Turok and Logic, so until we find the lamp, we should be good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then again, that's not stopping our runners.
Alright, so... Well, now going back to Pod once more with feeling.
And Yoshi will be getting his bow in about 10 or 15 seconds. But yeah, we still have 5 items in Pod, so... It's entirely possible we'll find one or both of our progression items there. Because from Yoshi's perspective, he can now do all crystals except Mire.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just a matter of where he decides to go. Well, he's definitely gonna do Eastern Pod after Ice Palace, obviously, for sure. And then after that is gonna be the real question. I feel like something has to be in Pod at this point, because there's something. Nothing was in Eastern, right? Like.
Right, and we got all the items, I think. But of course, Pod being Pod, almost all of these front checks have to be small keys.
There's also that green pendant over in Thieves Town.
Yeah, there are 2 items left in Thieves Town we don't know about, and 2 items left in Swamp we don't know about. And by 2 items in Thieves Town, I mean including the green pendant.
Yeah. The strangest seed.
Nevertheless, they're generally making good time. The big question is, at what point does one-up go into Swamp?
Well, we have to say he won't go there until he does Eastern and Pod, which, that'll be a while before he thinks about going there.
Wow.
Wow.
That's one of the cleanest Bacon Sword Cold Stare fights I've seen in a long time.
Very, very fast. Yeah, Yoshi's just wreaking havoc on all the bosses today, like... There's the lamp. And Pod, because of course it would be. Huh. Who wants to make going through the maze easy?
Yeah, hey, it puts the rest of Pod in logic.
Right, in the big chest, we have the Chaos of Mario.
Oh no!
Here we go again, everyone.
TR is now fully in logic. The pedestal is in logic.
Surely one would go to Swamp House before even think about going to Turtle Rock, right? I mean,
Well, he doesn't have the fire rod, so we
oh,
have
that's
to
right,
hope he
yeah.
wouldn't go to Turtle Rock without the fire rod. I mean, he might. Runners
Yeah.
do that dive and see how far they can get.
So now we're in the hunt for a certain wavy medallion. Gosh, I know this is worse than Ice Rod Hunt.
So, 2 items in Thieves and 2 items in Swamp, as we discussed. 6 items in TR, including Mimic Cave. And the Ped.
Yeah, all these choices are not fun.
So from an item density perspective, TR looks like the play.
Mm-hmm.
At least for Yoshi. 1UP needs to figure out what he wants to do not having a fire rod.
Yeah.
But yeah, now that 1UP has that cane, if he does go into Swamp, he can dive her down and do the left side much more easily.
Mm-hmm. That's right, yeah. And it takes down Thomasor King. No problem at all.
And for those of you wondering, if Yoshi does win this and force a Game 5 is still TBD. Team Sugoi gets to pick the mode with 1 veto from Team Kappa, and the only restrictions on runners is that 1UP and Yoshi can't participate in Game 5 because teams aren't allowed to use the same runner 3 times in a series.
So we have Fear Agent in chats, confirming that it'll be, if Game 5 is needed, it'll be on Sunday, and it'll be all dungeon keys.
Ah, we have a date.
I just realized Yoshi never got that lamp, did he? Huh. Interesting. I totally missed it.
And he didn't get... Wait, did he not do the cane of... He just went... He went right side, he hasn't done the back.
Oh, he's doing Helmet King.
He didn't do the back.
Interesting. I guess he's gonna do Helmet King first and then get the rest of the items? Yeah.
I mean, I've seen runners do that. Doing it when you're still 2 items from go mode is a bit more surprising.
Yeah. I know usually I see this play usually when players don't have the mirror, so you don't have to, because it's really awkward to go through pod without the mirror.
Yeah. And if you're 1 item from go mode, makes perfect sense because if Helma has that 1 item, then you're done.
Yeah. Okay, good. He's going back in. Well, can you imagine his when he sees the lamp, be like, oh, this could have made my children room in pod a lot easier.
Though at least with the fire rod, as long as you know where to aim for the torches, it's not too bad.
Yeah, that's true. Alright, well, I've got your pod Eastern taken care of. Where are we getting up to now?
Looks like he might be going for swamp because I don't know what else he's doing with this portal.
Yeah.
So the big question is, what's he gonna do once he gets that fire rod?
And if one decides to do left side swamp.
It's also entirely possible that he could mirror out and do Skullwoods and Desert.
That's true. Also, Chapman made a good point that Pyramid Fairy is dead as well because Meyer is the second red crystal.
Oh good, 2 chests we won't have to open.
Yeah.
And Yoshi's about to get his cane here.
Alright, Yoshi, we're up to now.
Eastern, probably.
Oh,
He
that's
hasn't
right.
actually been in there.
Ah. Sorry, for some reason I thought he already did Eastern.
We know he won't find anything, but he will get his 5th crystal.
Mm-hmm.
And we are getting very close to the moment of truth for oneup. Once he gets that fire rod, what does he do next?
Now the fire rod being in this chest here. You can either full clear swamp, you can either leave and go straight up to Turtle Rock.
He is continuing.
And he is not gonna go to left side.
Which makes it less likely that he's gonna go back because that was his opportunity to do left side with diver down.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, nice bomb diver down. You don't see that as often.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So after our runners are done with their respective dungeons here, I think Turtle Rock might be the next play. There's nowhere else that we can really go to at the moment. So I think
Okay, so
oh, sorry, go ahead.
So Yoshi just skipped the vanilla big key chest, which has an item. It's not an important item, but it has an item, and he's going to discover that when he gets a dungeon item on Armos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then that's going to be hanging over him.
Actually missing the quick kill on Armos Knights.
And oneup is indeed leaving those 2 items on left side swamp.
Interesting, okay.
And as you were saying, Yoshi's making the TR play.
Mm-hmm.
And then the joke will be on us, and it was sitting in the back of Thieves Town the whole time.
Well, that further intelligent intrigue could have it'll not just that, it'll be on Saha. Yeah, just looking for that elusive Quake medallion. You could be anywhere except inside Mire. It can't be. It can't be also in the Pyramid Fairy as well. Doesn't leave a whole lot of available options at the moment.
Yeah, runners between them haven't seen absolutely. Each of our individual runners haven't seen absolutely everything, but between them, we've seen everything except for Turtle Rock, Back of Thieves, and the Green Pendant.
Yep. So we're betting. So Yoshi is betting that there has to be progression here in Turtle Rock.
And from an odds perspective, in terms of the number of unchecked locations for him, the odds do favor it.
We could have the book here. We could have the shovel here.
We could have our fourth bottle. One-Up having a bit more trouble with Moth than Yoshi had. Not a bad fight by any means, but when your opponent takes him down before you can blink.
But One-Up does get his crystal out of Skullwoods.
See, finding the big key there is nice when you're in go mode. But we're not in go mode.
Yeah. This also means that Quake, when we go into Mire, it's not going to be a God Mire. We're just putting it out there right now.
Yes, the big key to Mire is probably going to be vanilla.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And we're also going to be getting a triple climb of Death Mountain on Yoshi.
Oh, there it is. Never mind. We're in go mode.
111.41.
Yoshi of Team Sugoi is officially in go mode.
Well, not doing Left Side Swamp paid off. Not doing Back of Thieves paid off.
Yeah.
Now the only question is, will the Silver Arrows happen to turn up either in Mire or GT? I'm not too worried about either of these runners' ability to do Tempered Silverless with
of course
Half Magic.
Okay, so it was 20 rupees on Lumberjack Ledge, okay. Nice Samaya strats here. Wow, what the? Wow, that's... I haven't seen that before.
And unfortunately for One-Up, every minute he spends not going to Turtle Rock is another minute he's falling behind.
Yeah, it's doing the mirror checks here that Yoshi did earlier as well.
Like, if he went up right now, he could get lucky with the GT Big Key Hunt and reasonably well catch up, at least to within, say, a Ganonfall.
Yeah.
But, okay, well, he is going up now.
Yeah.
And the nice thing about how they've ordered the dungeons is after this, Yoshi can mirror, be right there for Desert, and get his last crystal.
Yeah. That'll be super convenient for him.
And he's gonna check the lobby chest before he does cutscenes, because we know from Game 1 that Yoshi doesn't like checking the cutscene chest.
Unfortunately for him, he's not gonna have the ice rod today, so...
He's gonna do the map chest, too. Hey, paid off.
That was easy.
Because of the routing, most runners won't do that, because if it does turn out to have been in the vanilla chest, then that's quite a bit of extra walking to get back to there.
I think most runners will tend to save that chest for last, and they will tend to do the cutscene chest first. Although, you know, she is running low on hearts, though, with 4 hearts going into Vitreous, so... I think he has he's got some potions, though, if need be.
And powder, there's the anti-fairy in the room right before Vitreous.
Mm-hmm. Also has the half magic as well. No, half magic and cape, so we'll just do some maneuvering in the Vitreous fights.
Yeah, he's got the powder out.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, cape dashes, or cape spins even. Wow.
Yeah, temper sword, half magic cape.
He just stands. He stood there and got blasted by the lightning because he's like, I have red mail, I don't care.
I'm not gonna die anytime soon, everything's fine.
And OneUp's got his big key. He's making his way back. Should be another minute or so before his go mode, so probably about 6 minutes apart.
Yeah.
Which would take something unusual to catch up, but not out of the question.
Yeah. And yeah, this is Randomizer, so we've seen weird things happen. Definitely.
And he's already got the fire rod out because that's the only menu item he's going to use here in Desert Palace.
Mm-hmm.
Light the torches, whack the landmo.
Alright, Okay, one up guy now has the quick medallion in his possession, and he's gonna hightail it over to the desert palace in Mire area.
And with Yoshi about to collect his 7th crystal, that means we have a game to play.
Oh, we're gonna get started on that now, shall we?
Yes, we shall.
Let's see. We'll go ahead and wait until he gets up to the death mountain, unless somewhere we started. Okay, never mind. All right, go, everyone. 22 chests up in Ganon's tower. One of them has the big key needed to climb the rest of the tower. Put your guesses in chats. Number between 1 and 22. Only whole numbers only. No decimals, no fractions. No irrational numbers. Please and thank you.
What are you thinking today, Crazy Sunshine?
Gosh. Knowing how the seed was pretty fast in the start and then kind of slowed down in the middle and then was brought back up again, I'm gonna go right in the middle. I'm gonna guess chest number 13.
Which would be either the end of Rando Room or the Fire Snake chest, depending on
Depending on routing.
what. Yeah. That would be reasonable. Either way, it would spare us Ice Armos.
So get those guesses in chat. We'll be stopping the game once Yoshi enters the tower and starts the big key hunt.
And as chat's mentioning, it'll be interesting to see if oneup starts taking gambles when he's doing his big key hunt. Because he probably feels behind.
Yeah. Right. Go ahead and get that started.
58 points. That's gotta be a big prize for whoever wins.
Close the book. Alright.
Big key on Bombo's tablet confirmed. Oh, and oneup is now doing what we were saying is...
Oh, yeah.
This is totally defensible. This is much more normal routing. Yoshi just took a gamble and won.
Four, 5, and chest 6.
There's that artisan arrow.
Ah, the rare arrow. Number 7 is just 300 rupees.
So Bob can stick around. Because goodness knows we don't need any more cash after this game.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, but we got a better sword. I think that was chest 11, I think?
Yep.
Alright. Chest 12, single rupee. Again, because the game didn't think, because the game thought we needed more money to our name.
So 10 more chests left here. We wind up having a bit of trouble with block placement. Gets it with the toss. Nice.
There you go. chest number 13 will be the fire sneak room. And it is the map.
Oh, One Up got the spooky glitch, so that'll make up a little bit of time.
Alright, coming up. 14. There it is.
You were only off by 1.
Yeah. So chest number 14 is the winner today. And let's see, who is our winner? Darak Sharna is the winner of today's Ganon's Tower Big Key guessing game. And oh, I don't know where you guys actually guessed number 14, so congratulations.
And as Yoshi heads up the tower, One Up gets his 6th crystal.
Yep, and one of still has to complete out desert as well.
So, barring a few Moldorm and Ganon falls on Yoshi's part, looks like we will be bringing you the 543rd and final race of the season on Sunday.
Did One Up not go back into desert?
Oh no.
Or did he finish it and we just missed it?
I think you may be right. We'll find out pretty soon if GT doesn't open.
Getting confirmation that One Up did forget deserts. And yeah, this has happened to us at least once. For those of us who do random, we think we have our 7 crystals, and only turns out that we don't. So no, it happens absolutely. And we'll soon realize that. Like what?
It's notices a crystal missing there. I wonder if he mistracked it or something, or just misremembered.
Trying to visualize a confused Bowser in front of the tower, be like, why is it not opening?
And he's also thinking, well, I don't see my opponent's dot done yet. You know, no matter how much you may be kicking yourself over something, if your opponent hasn't dot done, you have to assume that there's some sort of a chance still.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's not over. You know, for these races, it's not over until someone dot done's. Like.
Ooh. Yoshi didn't have enough magic to do the powder, and after refilling his magic decided he wasn't going to spend the time to powder. So while he does have red mail, he's going to be doing Agatu and Ganon on 4.5 hearts. Those you pointed out, he has potions.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you can take a Ganon hug at 4.5 hearts. Very clean land mode fight on One Up's side.
Very nice.
Was that a single or a double? Did they hit too close together?
I want to say that was a double.
Felt like a double, I just never know. That was only a single.
Yeah. Trigonometry with Agatu is not the most fun class today.
Oh, it was a single because it took 2 more hits there. Wow. So that was a 6-cycle Agatu.
And Yoshi, throwing caution to the wind with 4.5 hearts, drops down for the Ganon fights. Yes, Ganon, it does feel like we were just here. Only about 24 hours ago, I feels.
And with Butter Sword, it's not too hard to get a 1-1 on the first 2 phases. And as we enter phase 3, we are about to learn where those pesky silvers were.
They were probably further down in Turtle Rock. Probably on Laser Bridge. Life World.
One of the tablets? Pedestal?
Tablets, pedestal. I think we checked mostly everything there.
Yeah, besides the tablets and Ped, I don't know what else we didn't check in the Light World.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, chat pointing out that the green pendant turn-in also counts as Light World.
That's right, yeah.
Anyway, Yoshi's most of the way through his spins on Ganon. Need 12 of them with the Butter Sword.
And
that was number 12.
Yep. Alright, everyone.
Get your GG's in.
Yep, your GG's in for Team Sugoi and Yoshi taking home the win for Game 4 of the Grand Finals, walking through that door into the Triforce room with an in-game time of 1 hour, 31 minutes, and 7 seconds. Please put your GG's in chat. We are going to be seeing a full run of the series, everyone.
I mean, it's the finals. That's really how you want it to be, right?
Yeah.
If the finals don't go 5 games, everyone feels shortchanged.
Yeah.
Except for maybe Team Kappa, who probably wanted the sweep.
Yeah, probably. Again, both teams have been phenomenal and amazing this entire season. And, Team Kappa taking home the first 2 games. And it's just like you kind of want to see more rando. Like it's so hard, but with these 2 teams, it's like I wish both of you guys could win, but alas, that is the life of rando. I think I'm getting the message that Yoshi did finish.
He's not even going to stick it out for finding the big key.
Yeah.
Ah, well.
Which I understand, yeah, totally. But also please put your GG's in chat for oneup40 of Team Kappa.
And we'll see if we can get either of them in here for an interview. Looks like one-up's in the waiting room.
Alright, and we actually do have both of our runners in. Let me see. We have... There we go. Alright.
Oh, we got both of them. Great.
Yeah.
GG's, guys.
GG's to Yoshi. Yeah, that was a scene.
My poor little heart, please.
What were you worried about, Yoshi? You guys were actually tied for a good portion of the seed,
Yeah.
and then it was really I'd say finding that fire rod and swamp much sooner was probably the key difference.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know.
We'll just say that this seed it gave you guys items pretty much left and right in the first 20 or so minutes. It just came to the point where the right place was to go into Swamp Palace for the fire rod, and Yoshi did get that pretty early. I think that's what set the rest of the seed. But we have both of you here. What how are you guys feeling? How and it's been it's with the delay and everything. You guys had some time to kind of calm down, cool off. What's been going on in your guys' minds? How are you feeling?
Stressful.
Okay, all right. That's good.
Yeah, not feeling great about how I played in that seed. I don't know. There were a lot of decisions I wish I kind of could have had back. Yeah, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing on your side, One Up, I guess, when you quite get the bottle glitch in Pod.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what was going on with that, but I know at like one point just before I was getting ready to do it, my mind just completely blanked, and I'm like, I don't even remember if you're supposed to face left or right doing this. I'm pretty sure I faced the right way though, so I'm really not sure what happened there.
I wasn't watching closely enough to see if it was catchable, what did or didn't work, but
Yeah, I think you might have been facing right as opposed to pressing left. I think that's what happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that like you just do it so many times without thinking about it, and then all of a sudden like you start thinking about it, and you're just like, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do all of a sudden.
I was
Which
like,
was
why?
unfortunate.
I was like, why isn't this working? This should work. But I think one of the differences is that I think as Yoshi was finding items, I kind of for those who are starting off with rando, the best way to start off is literally following the breadcrumbs, and as you find items, that should give you an idea of where the seed is telling you to go. And I think that because we found the items to go into Swamp Palace so early, did lead you guys into that track. It's I think there's a lot of plays that we thought might be it's like you guys aren't checking Left Side Swamp this early. You guys should do that, or I don't know, it's very concerning at times, or maybe you guys should finish off Thieves Town because Green Pendant. But kind of like, was there any were you guys thinking of just skipping out on these, just hoping that you could go elsewhere for more density, or what's kind of your thought process on that? Let me get those decisions.
Bag of Teeth have only one item plus green pendant, so no, please, no thanks.
That's I think because for Thieves Town the first 3 items were at the front, so and I think at that point you guys did not have the hammer, so even if the 4th item was on the big chest, probably felt like you guys felt like it didn't, it wasn't worth the time to go back there. Would you say that's about the same consensus, One Up, about doing the moves and skip down on checks as you guys did?
Yeah, with how early Thieves Town was, like the seed was so wide open, and like we didn't even have hammer, and yeah, it's really hard to like commit to going to the back of Pendant's Thieves for an item you might not even be able to get out. Especially when there's, I don't even know how many locations available at that point, but it probably was, I don't know, I can't even begin to guess how many locations were open, but it was a ton. And then yeah, Left Side Swamp, I went into Swamp pretty late. I was actually kind of tempted to bail as soon as I got that fire rod. But yeah, I decided to stick it out, and I think that cost me a few minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately. Though at the time we didn't know that Quake wasn't on Left Side Swamp. Neither of you had found it yet, so.
Yeah. I think when Yoshi went back there, I think at the time we were still looking for a good amount of items actually. I think at the time Samaria hadn't been accounted for as well as Quake, which was kind of funny because when you guys went there early and we knew where both Bombos and Ether were, but we just didn't know where Quake was, and that was the medallion unit from Meyer because, of course, because Rando.
And it is worth noting that all 3 pendant dungeons were required because you needed that Bombos from Magic Bat from the Powder in Thieves Town to get into Turtle Rock to get your for Meyer, and you needed the Fire Rod out of Swamp.
Yep,
Crap. I don't realize it.
So it was sort of oops all dungeons, but you technically didn't have to complete any of them. You just had to make a quick little visit to each one.
Yeah, I guess technically you didn't even really have to get past the big key door in any of them, or whatever you want to call the back of Swamp, since I suppose there's not actually a door there.
Yeah.
But
Oh, and Yoshi, speaking of big keys, I was a bit curious. You're routing in Meyer that you decided to go all the way over to Map Room and really hope that it just wasn't in the cutscene chest. Are you just that averse to Meyer cutscene chest that you'll check everything else first, even after game 1?
No, I hate this chest.
Yeah.
Never check this anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's a matter of principle.
Yeah. This chest stinks. We're gonna visit it. But also, with Yoshi's end screen up here, it's a good amount of items collected, and I do have confirmation for Game 5 and the final game of the series and of the league. Will be this Sunday at 11 a.m. Pacific and 2 p.m. Eastern. For Team Kappa, it'll be Gamachu up against Ramond of Team Sugoi. I think, as Sphere mentioned in chat earlier, it will be an all dungeons Kisanity mode. As I am, I believe, unless I am mistaken. So yeah, kind of, this is, game 5 of the grand finals, and it all comes down to this: how have you guys been feeling this entire season? I think both of you were in season 1, I believe.
yeah, I was in season 1. I was feeling pretty good about the season, like especially as we went through the regular season. And then once we hit playoffs, like we were basically just taking it 1 week at a time. At that point, it's like, like I hope we do well, but there's a lot of great teams ahead of us that are kind of standing in our way, And each week it's just been like, what can we do to make it through this week alive and make it to the next?
Yeah, especially I think I know for Team Kappa, just making your way through Flosswood's division and then just kind of like just wreaking havoc up through playoff season. It's been insane seeing you guys play. And also for Yoshi and for Team Sugoi, the returning champions. How have you guys been doing for this past season, and just seeing how much the league has grown and all the different modes and games you guys have available to you? How are you guys feeling going into game 5?
Very good. We
Very
can
good?
see now Gamma versus Raymond. The
Yep.
best ALTTPR couple here.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good match. I know that, you and Raymond were both the German finalists, so You have the best players in Germany on your team, and so it certainly helps.
Yeah, it still feels bad that I lost, but I get to see this matchup, so it does make me feel a little better getting to watch that. So
It's definitely going to be an exciting one to be sure. So, hopefully for you guys watching, you guys can join us on Sunday for the finale of season 2 of the league. It's gonna be a good one, definitely for sure. But with that, we're gonna go ahead and wrap things up for today. If there's anything else you guys would like to share before we wrap things up?
no, I think that's about it. Thanks to you two for coming, and thanks to the restream and tracker. Yeah, looking forward to watching Game 5.
Yeah. Thanks for the restream. Thanks for the com. Thanks for the chat. Yeah. And Gamachu, please, do it. Use Thunderbolt for me, please. Or Thunderwave. Please.
Oh my gosh.
And once again, thank you to both of our runners for playing a heck of a game here. Do give them a follow. That information's in chat right now. Also, thank you to our tracker, so-called 2044, who we haven't mentioned, but who has been doing a great job this whole time, especially with all these items and all these extra dungeons. He's been keeping us up to date for the hour and a half or so of the race. So thanks to him.
Yeah, big thank you to everyone today, and thank you to Drossi for coming alongside with me. I think with that, this will probably be, I can't speak for Drossi, but this will be my last match to call for the league. So it's been a fun and wild ride, and here's to season 3, and I'll leave it to Drossi to close things up for today's broadcast.
Yeah, thank you, Crazy Sunshine. It was great calling this one with you. This is also my last comms for season 2, obviously. So yeah, it's been fun. I'm excited for Game 5, and do keep up with the league. We have a website and we have a Discord, and hopefully after Game 5 we'll have a lot of people interested in our goings on for season 3. So thank you all for watching.
All right, and see you guys tomorrow. We'll see you guys on Sunday.